Welcome back to the pod, Husker fans. Another decisive victory for Nebraska basketball, 77-58. We took down the Wildcats of Northwestern today. 22nd straight victory for Nebraska basketball, 18-0, 7-0 in the conference. Guys, I predicted 78-62 Huskers. I was 5 points off. I'm eventually going to get one of these right on the money. What a game. Let's get into the summary. So, like I predicted, Northwestern just couldn't keep up with our shooting. We outshot them in every category. Price Sandfort went off again. Braden Frager had a hell of a game. And the defense continues to force turnovers at a high rate. Northwestern came in leading the nation in fewest turnovers per game. And we made sure that we were going to force some turnovers. 11 total turnovers for Northwestern, 7 steals for the Huskers. It was a competitive first half, 34-29 at the break, but then a 17-3 run in the second half pushed the lead out of reach for the Huskers. I mentioned Nebraska got 7 steals in this game. It wasn't Hoiberg that led the team in steals this time. I'll get into that in a minute, but we forced 11 turnovers by Northwestern, a team that doesn't do that. Led the country in fewest turnovers. I thought we contained Martinelli fairly well. I talked about, if he had 25 or more, I'd be nervous. 20 or less, I think that's a good sign. He shot under 50% from the field. He did have 22 points, but that's on the low end for his last, 10 games. He did dominate on the glass. He had 5 offensive boards, 5 defensive boards, 10 total rebounds. So he got his, but I thought overall we did a pretty good job on him. Arrington Page, who was their second leading scorer, we shut him down. 0 points. We also kept tabs on Jaden Reed. He didn't start this game, but he did play a considerable amount of minutes. Remember, he went off for 28 points against the Buckeyes. We held him to 7 points today. So the defense, once again, dominated the game. I mean, holding them to 58 points is not easy. I thought we did a good job forcing them into uncomfortable possessions, taking bad shots, low percentage shots for the most part. And the steals led by Jamarcus Lawrence, once again, was the difference for the Huskers. Let's get into team stats. I've got a screenshot so you can see Nebraska. From field goal percentage, we outshot them 51-43%. From three-point range, Nebraska 42% from 3, Northwestern 36%. And then even from the free throw line, Nebraska shot 80% from the free throw line to Northwestern 70%. So in every shooting category, we had the edge. Now, Northwestern did have more rebounds, 30 total rebounds for Northwestern to our 28. That's in large part thanks to Nick Martinelli's 10 total rebounds. Assists, Nebraska had the edge, 18 assists for the Huskers, 15 for Northwestern. So again, they move the ball well. Northwestern does. We finished with 7 steals. Northwestern only had 1. Total turnovers, Northwestern had 11. We had 5. And then you see the points off turnovers. Nebraska had 12 points off their turnovers. And fast break points, I talked about how we needed to play at a fast pace. I thought we did. Jamarcus Lawrence leading the way in transition. 15 fast break points for Nebraska to Northwestern's 3. So overall, Nebraska shot better, and we forced more turnovers, and that was the difference. Game leaders, got another graphic for you guys. So Price Sandfort, like I predicted, I said he'd have 22 points exactly, and he'd hit 5 threes, and he did both those things. Give me some love. Sam Hoiberg led the team in rebounds and assists, but there was a 4-way tie for assists. And then you see Nick Martinelli, 22 points, 10 rebounds, and Jaden Reed led Northwestern in assists with 5. All right, let's get into stats leaders. I had predictions for this. I got it right on our scoring leader. Price Sandfort led the way with 22 points. He also hit 5 threes. That's his second game in a row. He was 7 of 13 from the field, 5 of 10 from three-point range. Leading rebounder. I thought it would be Rank Mast. It wasn't. It was Sam Hoiberg, baby, putting in those great minutes, hustling his butt off. He finished with 7 rebounds. Steals leader. I thought it would be Hoiberg. It was actually Jamarcus Lawrence. He led the way with 3 steals. He filled out the stat sheet in this game. He had another great game. Assist leader. I said that it would be Hoiberg. He was one of them. It was a four-way tie. Sam Hoiberg, Jamarcus Lawrence, Cale Jacobson, and Burke Buchtengel all had 4 assists. And that's just, incredible ball movement for Nebraska. That's why we finished with, I think, 18 assists on the night. My player of the game. Most people would give it to Bryce Sandfort, leading the team in scoring. It's Sam Hoiberg to me. 12 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. His high energy on defense was noticeable even when he wasn't getting steals. There was one that I think was credited to Jamarcus Lawrence, but it really was Sam Hoiberg that caused the steal. His energy and just the way he puts in just valuable minutes, right? He starts for us. He's one of the leaders in minutes played per game, but the value in his minutes is what is incredible. And it was great to see him score some more points today. I feel like this season he doesn't miss. When he shoots, he doesn't miss. But it was good to see him get some more points on the board, leading the team in rebounds. That's unbelievable for a 6-footer. But he deserves it. Sam Hoiberg, player of the game. Other notable players, Braden Frager. He is now being considered one of the top freshmen in the Big Ten. I love to see that. He's getting his credit. He had 20 points and 4 rebounds. The level of confidence he's playing with is unbelievable, guys. For a redshirt freshman, his three-point shooting has improved tremendously. I feel like now we can rely on him when he's got open looks from 3. He's knocking them down. He's getting rebounds. He's doing great in transition. He's so good at finishing. Some of those layups he gets on those fast break points, it's unbelievable how he can finish. Jamarcus Lawrence was great again, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. He was outstanding, just running the show on offense. Ranked Mast, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Let's get into key moments and turning point. Well, really, it was our defense forcing turnovers. Again, we converted all their miscues into 12 total points. That was huge. We forced 11 turnovers over the course of the game. And Northwestern, again, came in number 1 in the country at fewest turnovers per game. Does that tell you something about this no-middle defense? And then, of course, it was the second half surge. 17-3 run in the second half. Nebraska was hitting more shots. We were getting buckets in transition off of defensive stops. And we had timely shooting from the perimeter. Frager and Sandfort, baby. So a huge win for the Huskers. Next matchup will be next Wednesday night. Back home at Pinnacle Bank Arena, taking on the Washington Huskies. We'll do a preview for that, like always. I'll get into their strengths, weaknesses, and my predictions for the game. But the Huskers keep the streak going, 18-0, 7-0. Thanks for tuning in. That's all I've got. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to tune in for the next episode where we preview Washington. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend, and like always, go Big Red, baby.